Hello and welcome, this is Mousegunner, and we're back with some more of the Warlock of Firetop Mountain, continuing where we left off, playing the Goblin Scourge DLC as Ophelia, and we find ourselves in quite a pickle as we are now cornered by goblins. And we are sick, we're getting worse and worse, and this has plummeted my skill, normally quite high. So we have three choices. We can try and make a run for it across the stone bridge, we can make a run for it down the stone steps, or we can make a stand and fight. Either way, this could be bad, but I actually trust my ability to stand and fight, so I'm going to try. You draw your weapon and ready yourself for what will probably be your final battle. Cough. Oh, my legs feel so strange. Hack, cough. These creatures, cough. This world, it feels too small for me. Everything is so, hack, insignificant. You're unsure why and how, but you suddenly feel a surge of confidence and stand tall. Your body burns, yet you feel no pain. Raising your arms in a sign of defiance, in your mind's eye, you sense a presence caressing your soul. A presence that feels very old, with a heart of pure evil. It whispers something to you, but you can't hear the words. Suddenly, you are no longer Ophelia Lapwing. You are much more. Pure energy, fire. The goblins gathered around you suddenly cower in fear as they witness your transformation. By the time your body is fully engulfed in flames, they have started to flee. Their action is useless, however, as your body explodes in a giant fireball, obliterating any goblins close by and sending others to fiery fates. Well, hello. You suddenly feel the urge to run, and some unseen elemental force propels you forward to where you do not know and do not care. You are consumed with an anger you have not felt before and the need to destroy everything. Okay, well, we're going to have to follow our instincts. I am curious what has happened as far as anything here, but nope, doesn't look like that's changed. Let's follow our instincts. We just killed a lot of goblins. You move quickly into a new cave section that contains a large wooden structure and a stone bridge leading on into the darkness beyond. You pause, sensing in your mind's eye that the presence you felt before is close, and it continues to whisper unknown words. By the way, our skill has gone back up. The image of a huge dark shape with flame shooting from its nostrils shimmers in your thoughts, and you have visions of a golden crown sitting on the head of the one you knew as Ophelia Lapwing. In an instant, the image is extinguished, and you feel the need to move forwards once again, across the stone bridge. As you hurtle across the stone bridge into the next room, three large orcs turn to face you, each holding leashes connected to three very ugly-looking dogs. The dogs growl at your flaming form, while the orcs look on incredulously. Let's fight these orcs. Alright, I have no idea what we do in this fire form. Is it the same attack types? No, we got Flame Aura, and we have Flame Lance. We also have a Fireball. Well, I figure Flame Lance will for sure hit this dog. And the question is, that has a cooldown? Yes, it does. Okay. So we can move up to meet this guy, but I think we'll move here instead. He's probably going to move here, so let's fireball his ass. Okay, that causes him to burn. He did cue an attack. I don't know if he can hit me here, but we can't fireball him. So let's just move here. Alright, so this is a very interesting character because all of the attacks that I can do look like they have cooldowns. So we're going to hit this guy with a... Are we going to hit him with the Flame Aura? If we hit him with the Flame Aura, if we do the Flame Aura, we might hit the Orc Hounds, though. So let's try that. Okay, well, that was obviously the wrong choice. Let's use our Flame Lance. Alright, so that's a definite cued attack. We're kind of surrounded at the moment. I don't know if there's a whole lot I can do here. I can't attack in front of me. I can't attack. I can only attack diagonally, but I don't think these guys are going to stay where they are. I could try and move, but I have a feeling that these guys are moving, so I'll try. Oh, okay. Well, we did take a little bit of damage there. I'm not paying close enough attention to what the movement is looking like. Let's just back off. No, let's move. Ugh. Let's move here. I might eat another arrow. Yeah, I thought so. Oh, this is bad. Let's do our flame aura. I'm just not predicting where these guys are going very well. All right, well, we're not going to want to eat another arrow, so let's move. Okay, so that's a cued attack. These are cued moves. I haven't quite figured out how these dogs move yet. They seem to move in very self-explanatory ways. So let's just use the Flame Lance because we know this will hit. Okay, so the dogs seem like they just move straight forward. So I can kind of predict that now. Let's move up. Move to the side so we don't get hit. Ow. Okay, so the dogs have initiative. Got it. So that guy's going to move there. The archer queued an attack, so we'll just move. Okay, we have queued attacks. Let's use our Flame Aura. Gonna clash. We should win this. Alright, we'll use the Flame Lance. Kill the other dog. Move up. So I took a lot of damage there that I probably shouldn't have, but let's use our Flame Aura. No matter where he moves, we're gonna get him. Move aside. Probably gonna move in front of me, so fire... No, oh, yeah, that moves to the side. My bad. It was a queued move. Just to be on the safe side. Yeah, let's follow. Move to the side. Okay. Could be here. Do the Flame Aura. Got him again. Let's move aside. Although I don't think he can hit me straight on. Let's do the Flame Lance. Gotcha. Alright, so that was a lot of unnecessary damage, but that's okay. I mean, I'm trying to learn how this fire elemental type character works. We took 5 damage. Would have preferred not to. Okay, so we've defeated the orcs and hounds. The last of the orcs fall into a smoldering heap, and you glance up to a hanging cage and see a man dressed in a white robe, sobbing uncontrollably. He does not appear to be a threat, so you quickly move on. So we are missing some things. Wooden bridge creaks and sways as your flames lick across its surface. A fast-flowing river hurtles underneath you, cascading into a waterfall which booms around the chamber and echoes down into the gloomy depths below. Reaching the other side, a tall goblin tower looms above you, and 5 goblins stand at its base, staring at your strange elemental form. You move in to fight to attack them. They have no option but to take you on. Okay. Well, so far, these goblins don't work the way that goblins normally work in this game, whereas they move straight on. Okay, so that one... They do attack the way goblins attack, though, at diagonals, so that helps to a certain extent. Okay, so he's gonna come straight on to me. It's, I guess hit him with the Flame Aura? Let's hit him with the Flame Lance. And the burn seems to do pretty good work for us. Okay, I'm just trying to work my way around here. Okay, let's use our Flame Aura. He's going to move into it. Got him. So we have to be a little patient with this character because it's a little hard to work at with all the cooldowns. That's the biggest problem. Nah, let's just go right into him. We're gonna have a clash, but we should win this. There we go. Dead he is. Alright. Get 10 souls. We defeated the goblins. The last of the burning goblins falls over the edge into the gloom below. A scream suddenly echoes around your subconscious, and you fall forward, collapsing on the ground. Get away from me, demon! Uncontrollably, you roll around on the ground, smothering the flames that lick your body. Must regain control. Suddenly, the fire extinguishes, and you are Ophelia once more. Any remnants of the strange fire elemental that consumed your body has disappeared. Ka, what happened? What did I become? Get to your feet and check you have all your equipment. Everything seems normal. Some foul sorcery is at work. I need to find some answers. Look around and you see some steps leading down into a pool of water. There's also a stone bridge extending further into the cavern. Alright, well, that was pretty interesting. I haven't seen anything like this, and I'm hoping that this character is the only character that's like that. Now, seemingly a scripted event that happens, but pretty damn interesting. Alright, so we can enter this pool of water, or we can just cross the stone bridge. Let's just cross the stone bridge. Ah, there we go. You reach the far side of the cavern. Another large goblin tower looms above you on the right. There's nothing else of interest here. Ah, right, finally, a checkpoint. That was quite a while to go without one. You also see a bench off to one side. This could be a good opportunity to take a rest. So we could burn a provision here, which we honestly got extra from getting that fish. And if I just rest, I'd get 5. If I use provisions, I'd get double that at 10. And we would be wasting 3 of it. Now, I can't eat provisions at any time, and I think they give me 3. So, yet again, we're not getting full worth out of the provisions if I do that. So, honestly, I think I should probably just do a normal rest. No more goblins, at least. I'm feeling a lot more like myself. So, we'll sit on the bench and rest. You sit down on the bench and rest for a moment. Your aching muscles ease, and your tiredness wanes. It's good to take a break on your adventure. Now, one thing I will point out is you aren't able to eat provisions in combat. So, if you're in a lot of trouble with that, there's not a whole lot you can do about it. I also have a potion of strength, which will return my stamina if I am in a dire situation. But yet again, can't do that in combat. Alright, we can examine the tower or creep around the corner. Let's examine the tower. I am trying to examine things. We have these glass spheres. I want to see if we can find more of them. You stand at the base of the tower. It looks very much like the other ones you have seen on your travels through the caves. It appears to be unoccupied. Let's climb and peer through a window. Clamber up to the structure to the first window and poke your head through the opening. In the small room beyond, you can see a pile of goblin arrows and a small bow. There's also a small sack containing a random assortment of dried meat, which you could force down if pushed to starvation. Okay, climb down and continue. Stick tight to a wall of the goblin tower and peer around the corner. In the gloom behind you, you see a huddle of goblins, around 10 or so, chattering amongst themselves before walking away to the north. Should follow them at a distance, assuming I don't combust again. Alright, well, first things first, did we get any provisions out of that? We did! That was another 3 provisions. Wow, we're doing quite well there. We have 43 gold too, so that's pretty good. Alright, so we're going to creep northward and follow the goblins. Okay, we're almost like getting into a goblin village here. Darting in and out of the shadows, you make your way up the passageway. Another stone bridge extends across the cavern, ending at a large wooden door, and you hear the trade tongue being spoken in the room beyond. The goblins in front of you have disappeared from view. Okay, so we could walk across to the door, or you can continue north. Let's walk across to the door because we hear the trade tongue. I want to see what that's about. You sneak across the bridge and reach the wooden door. It is slightly ajar with light streaming from the gap. You can hear loud voices coming from the room behind. "You fool, look at him! What have you done?" says a woman's voice. A male voice replies earnestly, "I didn't mean to. It was an accident." "No goblin weapon is worth the life of one of our own. Do you hear me?" The woman shouts back. So knock on the door. You rap on the door, and immediately the conversation stops. There's a pause before you hear a whispering, followed by the movement of objects being dragged across the floor. The door remains closed. Burst into the room. Pull open the door and burst into a room, weapon drawn. Inside, you see a large cauldron over a blazing fire, and 2 very shocked people in gray robes, dragging what appears to be a dead body, also dressed in gray. You're not, screams the woman. Who were you expecting? Goblin, she blurts out in shock. Trust me, I could have been something much worse than a goblin. The man and woman drop the body and begin to raise their hands. Jekyll? Encant the spell of binding now, she screams. Turning into a fearsome fire monster would be really useful about now. We could try to reason with him. I don't think that's going to be a good idea. We could try and quickly leave the room. That might be the best idea. Or we could try to attempt to strike down the road man. I don't know. It sounds like these guys are prisoners. And they may have killed one of their own to secure a weapon. I'm just reading this from the text that we get here. That sounds like what's going on. Or they risk the life of one of their own to get a weapon from the goblins. So it's possible that these are prisoners. It's possible they are evil. I don't know, but I'm going to try and reason with them, and we'll see if this backfires. You really shouldn't do. A crackling blue energy emanates from Jekyll's fingertips, and an arc of blue flame flies across the room, striking you in the chest. Immediately, muscles throughout your body spasm, and you fall to the ground. Completely immobile, your head striking the cold stone. All right, we lose a stamina. That sucks. Two rope figures rush over to you, unsheathing small daggers. Jekyll holds his weapon on your throat while the woman interrogates you. Who are you, and why are you here? She inquires sternly. I'm looking for the warlock of this foul place. You come all the way into this godforsaken place just to seek him out? The woman asks quizzically. He won't give you the answers you seek. He'll simply toy with you before killing you. You try to wriggle free, but the magical binding has completely immobilized you. The woman continues. Struggle all you want. You're not going anywhere until Jekyll releases you. And maybe you and I should make the most of this situation. What do you say? Alright, I don't have much choice. The robed woman goes on to explain that her name is Bagheera, an acolyte in training at the magical school, which is located deeper in the mountain. Bagheera, Jekyll, and the unfortunate Edmund, who lies dead on the other side of the room, had been invoking a strange earth elemental magic from southern Alancia. His magic involves creation of powdered creatures, a process whereby an animal can be reduced to a fine powder and brought back into existence with the application of water. Good thing we didn't go into the water earlier, huh? That explains exploding rats and the brown powder I found earlier. What happened to Edmund? Kiro accidentally killed him while... Wait, I'm not going to go into details with you. You could steal the invocation. Bagheera crouches down, aligning her face directly with yours. So, what's it to be, my friend? Will we take advantage of our meeting? She asks sternly. Alright, how can I help you? Bagheera goes on to explain that the Master of Earth, one known as Robin of Orman, that's our quest anyway, so, I mean, right there. Confront Robin of Orman. Assign them to create an army of giant rats from the goblin leader, Scarclaw. Rumor has it that Scarclaw has grown tired of the orcs gaining favor with Zagor and wants to flush them out of the Firetop Mountain's tunnels using the rats, giving the elemental master a large share of the orcs' gold as payment. Bagheera and Jekyll realize that despite all their hard work over the last few months, they will receive no payment at all. And that's where you can help us, adventurer, says Bagheera. Revenge. Revenge. It's always some kind of revenge. We've made enough powder to fill this whole goblin nest full of rats. You just need to dump the stuff in the underground river, preferably in the company of as many goblins as possible. So I need to get myself into a position of certain death first. Exactly, replies Bagheera. Bagheera crouches down, moving her face close to yours. So do we have a deal? She asks politely. Alright, we'll say you have my word. It's a deal. I mean, I don't want to say this because I'll be the one dying if I say this. So we'll say you have my word. It's a deal. Magical binding is quickly dispelled and Jekyll straps 2 small sacks to your back. Just empty these into a water source and the magic will take care of itself. I would also advise that you leave the area as quickly as possible after you have done the deed. Megira follows up. Just as you are about to leave, Megira says one final thing. Oh, and watch out for Scarclaw's baby dragon. Odds just got even more interesting. Okay, let's leave the room and head across the bridge. Okay, we returned back to the pathway, and you know what? I think this is a good point to go ahead and put a cut in the video, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. We have an interesting quest now. I mean, we had the quest from the beginning, but now we know a little bit more depth to the quest. Although now we kind of have a secondary quest, which is not being listed here. And we have sacks of powdered rats ×2. Do we still have the powder? I'm going to assume that we do not. I don't see it. Yeah. Well, in any case, as I said, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.